Meanwhile, this is an adult bull shark. Fast, fierce, and armed quite literally to the teeth, she has little to fear here in the Gulf. The muscular marvel confidently moves through its watery world. The predator's 350 fearsome teeth are put on full display. Exhibiting behavior more common to a thresher shark, this bull makes creative use of her powerful tail. A shark fin is a sinister reminder to humans that the ocean remains a wild and untamed domain. The bull performs an acrobatic feat worthy of an orca, cruelly imprisoned and put on display in a marine park stunt show. The bull's speed is astounding for a large marine predator. A breaching shark is a rare and calorie-intensive spectacle. While it is well known that sharks feed on mollusks, fish, and seals, less discussed is their propensity to feed on fear.
Oh my God!
It must be emphasized that this sort of targeted violence is quite unusual for a shark.
That shark is pulling us. Go get him, Chan. How you doing there, shark? She putting up a fight for sure.
Expectancy is at half, which is a shame.
Derek, you got this, mon ami. She's sure making a lot of splashes. I ain't playing no more. Catch me this shark myself. Ho ho! Look at them teeth! Oh, she gonna make quite a mantelpiece. Got us some dinner coming, boys. Let's get her up on deck, huh?
A famous big game hunter once posited that after an animal had tasted human flesh, it forsakes its natural prey in a deadly single-minded search for the most dangerous game. Remember, when planning a cemetery, try to avoid high-risk coastal areas. Goaded by lusty appetites, the shark's sole aim is to eat and evolve. Bull sharks have a habit of gobbling up anything that finds its way into the water. If a group of consenting adults wants to perform cryptic rites to shadow forth the prophecy of the great old ones, who am I to judge? The shark uses lipids from high-fat fare like this to help fuel her reign of terror. A shark is never one to pass up a fat fiesta. I used to buy Sunshine sunscreen until I read it contains 7 hormone-disrupting chemicals and palm oil. Remember, if you find yourself hard aground, the best thing to do is stay with your canoe and die the death of an honorable sea. The sea wolf remains acutely aware of anything that might constitute food. A clock would hardly be the strangest thing ever retrieved from a crocodile's mouth. Mutagen 23 is certainly heating up the evolutionary arms race. Time is running out for this pelagic predator. No one can tell what may be found in a shark's stomach. It's truly the ocean's garbage. one of those new pop-up tub stoppers at home. And let me tell you, those things are just a magnet for hair and debris. The shark is now a team, and we should expect much angst, ennui, and poor decision-making. Exhibiting behavior more common to whales and dolphins, this shark is able to use biosonar to locate potential prey. Of Fawtick's keystone predators has led to a superabundance of catfish, which is just fine by local bully Rosie the alligator. Freshwater fish commonly found throughout the Great Lakes region, so I have no idea what it's doing here. The bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through selective feeding. The appetite of this shark is nearly insatiable. The rapacious rover is always swimming, searching for anything to satisfy the gluttony that is their defining trait. In spite of their reputations as wrestlers, alligators haven't mastered the nuances of scientific holds like the figure four. Someone should have taken a gun safety class. Sometimes even sharks just need to dirty bulk. local critic once wrote that Amos Beauregard was the Rodin of the Bayou. But Beauregard was functionally illiterate and had no idea who Rodin was. Not really a gourmand, the bull shark will eat just about anything. While adorable, these soft stuff mascots don't provide much in the way of nutritional value. Supercharged with gene-altering mutagens, the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition. As a result of industrial pollution and sewage wastewater, Dead Horse Lake was designated a Superfund site in 1996. Caviar Key features Painted Sails, a luxury 5-star resort built over the remains of Tunamacha, a pre-Columbian city that was once host to the most advanced civilization in ancient America. Coastal overdevelopment creates a riskier, more complex local environment. After losing to King Crush in the 2011 Monster Mania semifinals, Big Fin stepped away from the limelight for a simpler, more natural way of life. The shark returns once again to her safe haven. Anyone who has delved into the stomach contents of a shark is acutely aware that they'll eat just about anything. The predatory scavenger is often quite content to dine on whatever wastes fall to the ocean floor. Some sharks are scavengers, indiscriminately consuming anything that's vaguely edible. me, you're probably wondering what their secret is for such durable papier-mâché. Prosperity Sands features glittering white beaches fenced off for the sole enjoyment of the ultra-rich, mega-rich, and super-rich. Port Clovis considered removing these naval mines after the war, but the city had already spent its annual budget booking a Nickelback cover band with the 4th of July. Every summer, Port Clovis plays host to the Megasonic Electro Carnival, giving a real boost to the local MDMA industry.
Safety! Don't look back!
Blah, blah, blah. Late-stage capitalism. From the moment she's born, the shark's cold, expressionless eyes are constantly on the watch for food. While related to the Cero and Spanish mackerel, the king mackerel doesn't really talk to its family and prefers that you just stop asking questions, okay? Only here can the shark discover the miracle of self-love. Pulling off a successful casino heist is made even harder when you drive off the road into the ocean and drown. After the end of the tiki craze, bar owners toss their Polynesian-inspired decor into the Gulf, where their kitschy charm is completely lost on native marine life. It takes 3 hours of training and $8 to become a licensed shark hunter. No, very few bother with this formality. The scourge of the swampland, Bayou Willie. Despite increased aerial surveillance, confidence amongst tourists and locals alike is far from buoyant. A bounty has been posted. The shark will have to be cautious until the hunters grow bored.
Another shark up to no good. Let's get.
Despite their fearsome reputation, bull sharks will be almost docile in certain environments. Just not this one. True hunters hold a deep hatred of wildlife in their hearts. None more so than the shark hunter. The bartender life in Bobby Bojangles.
Hunters, let's be hunting.
Throwing caution to the wind, the big fish escalates its battle against Port Clovis. Another danger on the water for shark hunters? Determined process servers. Their boats laden with bench warrants and FAQs. Clovis responds with swift retributive action. The savage shrimp ball.
Let's move, hunters. Let's shoot at the shark.
Time will tell whether government actions can diminish Port Clovis's reputation as a shark attack hotspot. always best to accept shark attacks as a normal part of the marine environment. With their bitter feuds and quasi-legal get-rich-quick schemes set aside for now, the shark hunters have to work.
Shark that needs shoot.
Clovis locals seldom miss an opportunity to indulge in mindless, gratuitous slaughter. The fishing phenom, Candyman Curtis.
Multiple shark attacks reported.
That's our bull.
Let's show this shark what the Coast Guard's all about.
It's rare encounters like these that have a negative effect on this often maligned marine creature. Despite Port Clovis's best efforts, the aquatic beast refuses to be tamed. Responsible for just 3% of hunter deaths. Drugs, alcohol, and poor firearm handling account for the rest.
Let's make that money, boys.
The Man-Eater's longevity longevity depends on her nimbleness. The rogue shark must now be killed and publicly displayed to satisfy the city's thirst for revenge.
That can control prosperity. And a bunch of shark attacks reported. Another shark bounty awaits.
The Hoosier hotshot, Ensign Tyler Dixon. The shark's reckless behavior only further incenses Port Clovis's citizens.
Oh, come on now. We got this description.
Probably right under me.
It's here in the grotto that the shark can discover the absolute serenity deep within her soul. In a not-so-distant future, a young visionary entrepreneur will spot these three shells while snorkeling and revolutionize after-toilet care. While they appreciate human sacrifices, the eldritch gods of yore are seldom enthused about being summoned to Port Clovis. Hunger is a driving force for the bull shark. Over the course of a bull shark's life, it will ingest quite a broad assortment of flotsam and jetsam. This trimaran, like many before it, was lost in its journey to the mythological dry land. Quite a strange conglomeration of stuff will end up in the stomachs of sharks. This protein supplement has 0 additives, so the shark doesn't have to worry about hidden artificial colors or flavors. When it was discovered that their Stonehenge replica was astronomically misaligned, enraged Port Clovians threw it in the ocean. There is a very real risk of drowning while surfing, but at least you'll leave behind a cool-looking skeleton. The water along Caviar Key is frequently described as gin clear. Which reminds me, I could go for another Singapore sling. The grotto provides a brief respite from the Sturm und Drang of the Gulf. Coastal erosion currently impacts over 70% of the globe's sandy beach environments. Recently, Port Clovis has gained a reputation for its derivative, politically confused street art. Any body of water saturated with sewage or slaughterhouse wastes can be quite appealing to sharks. As with many social movements, the annual Driftwood Man Festival purports to foster progressive change, but it's really just an excuse for hippies to flout public nudity laws. The spring of '73 was a magical time in Port Clovis, when local favorite Trash Talk placed 20th in the Derby, and the city placed first in the country for petty theft. A bull shark is an animal of broad dietary proclivities. While most know him as the friendly face of Captain Winky's Fish and Chips, in real life, the pirate was a genocidal monster who murdered and enslaved thousands. Until local police departments settle a dispute over jurisdiction, these two remain a popular attraction for selfie-seeking snorkelers. Quiet space is the ideal stage for the shark to meditate and harness her pure potentiality. The artist spent 16 years building this sculpture out of trash pulled from the lake, only to have it thrown back in the lake by intoxicated locals. Random mutations aren't random. They require large amounts of mutagens as a catalyst. This instantized protein makes a great between-meal supplement, giving the shark the energy she needs to put on serious mass. Everything about the bull shark is custom-made for survival. Have made a home near the retired nuclear cooling towers. This is a great opportunity for the shark to test the theory that exposure to gamma rays gives you superpowers. Favorite dish is a classic soul movie. Today, the bull settles for something more simple. Lacking a swim bladder, the shark must continue swimming or it will sink. The bull shark is known to be a voracious, if hardly discriminating, eater. The peace of the grotto enables the shark to approach the world with greater confidence and effectiveness. The bull shark demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet. Shark versus dolphin, orca versus giant squid, boat versus pylon. When establishing dominance, the contest is usually a deadly one, with survival as the prize. The threats to our ocean seem overwhelming, but by working together now, we can ensure that future generations always have a place to dump their old tires. The shark hunting sector has experienced significant growth, leaving a lot of local openings for amusement ride-up.
Kinda regular there, Flamingo Joe's. You can say it's a tourist trap. But it's the only place to get a decent Sazerac that don't have me on their do not serve list.
The solitary hunter stumbles upon another source of nourishment.
Well, how good I am at spotting stuff. Can't avoid us forever. That's really good of this. I just know she's close.
With little fanfare, another bounty hunt comes to a close. The slicing jaws of the shark chop the meat into morsel-sized pieces. A catfish is easily distinguished from other species by their smooth, scaleless bodies and signature whiskers. I would like to assure the Antolini crime family that this footage will in no way be used in the final edit of our program.
I wouldn't know him from Adam. If he kill another fisherman, that's between them and him, yeah?
Handyman special overlooking breathtaking panoramic lake views. Open living with vintage appeal. Call Deborah. This mineral supplement wouldn't be necessary if this shark ate a more nutritious, well-balanced diet. waters around Trash Island, where they enjoy a steady diet of hypodermic needles and used pregnancy tests. The shark is now an adult, and she should probably spend less, save more, and start researching indexed mutual funds. Cowards, shark hunters will often call for backup upon spotting their prey. The needle-toothed nightmare, the barracuda. While most recognize it as the title of a classic rock radio staple, did you know that it's also a fish? Well, it's true.
Way to survive. Fellas, let's go to Flamingo Joe's.
The bull retreats to the grotto for refuge and quiet reflection. Back on board the Cajun Queen. Just like Kyle LeBlanc, our young bull is the inheritor of a long family tradition, struggling to find her place in the world. Sharks have terrorized mariners for centuries. Golden Shores was built as vacation residences for wealthy out-of-towners, with spectacular ocean views, private beach access, and a gate to keep out the locals. Insatiable fish, the bull shark is 9/10 appetite. Consistently the most difficult hole on the course, many golfers struggle with this par 7 humdinger. Protein caches like this one are a convenient and tasty way for sharks to increase their protein intake. Sharks' propensity to clear the ocean of its assorted detritus is one of their most valuable functions. USGA Rule 4.182 might have saved these damaged clubs from abandonment. Traveling around, we are constantly reminded of how man's intrusion has disrupted the fragile equilibrium of the marine world. It's a kingfish in the mood, quite like watching a 73-year-old hit a double bogey. The fact that they've turned the waters off Baton Tordu into a spawning ground is a test to their love of seniors golf. Golf ball diving is an exciting and growing field where you can risk alligators and venomous snakes for 7 to 10 cents per ball. These scavengers of the sea are vital in cleaning the ocean floors of edible and semi-edible detritus. Hockey sticks are still legal according to Baton Tordu course rules. Not for long, if membership director Doug Thompson has anything to say about it. Sharks can detect open corridors, miles-long scent trails spread by ocean currents. In the kill or be killed world of the sea, performance-enhancing mutagens provide benefits that could mean the difference between life and death. This shark understands that she needs to eat essential minerals to stay healthy and grow. shark is a sort of super scavenger, completely lacking in what may be called dietary discrimination. Goaded by lusty appetites, the shark's sole aim is to eat and evolve. Bull sharks have a habit of gobbling up anything that finds its way into the water. Somebody's drinking team has a drowning problem. Remarkable how quickly Port Clovis picks up arms in the name of a murderous cause.
Shark fin traders come every year to Baton Tornue. Because what other way is there to celebrate killing beautiful animals for tasteless, nutritionless body parts than a $450 round of golf?
Did Golden Shores import this Mako from Sri Lanka and train it to guard their community? Not likely, but let's pretend they did, as it makes for a more interesting storyline. The hunt is over, and there will be an inevitable rush on dollar drafts at Flamingo Joe's. The shark uses lipids from high-fat fare like this to help fuel her reign of terror. A shark is never one to pass up a fat fiesta. The best way to catch a kingfish is with a wire leader twin treble bait rig on a 7-foot rod. Or it could just be a shark. Upon using this medication, if you experience priapism, do not attempt to improvise your own surgical shunt. The grotto provides a brief respite from the Sturm und Drang of the Gulf. The seawolf remains acutely aware of anything that might constitute food. The force of a shark's tail can rupture swim bladders and break spines. Mutagen 23 is certainly heating up the evolutionary arms race. No one can tell what may be found in a shark's stomach. It's truly the ocean's garbage can. The bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through swimming. To catch a shark, one must be as quick as a shark. Bayou Brawler, the American alligator. has been a star in Big B's Bayou Buddy stunt show. But our shark is far too young to appreciate Rosie's classic brand of celebrity. The beach sure does look inviting, but according to the most recent study, the sand here contains dangerously high concentrations of fecal bacteria. The appetite of this shark is nearly insatiable. Sultan of Speed, the Mako. And aggressive, the Mako is known as the peregrine falcon of sharks. But as the peregrine is a land-based bird, this designation means nothing to the Mako. But mistake. Those shark hunters may occasionally drink on the job. They
See that hole there? Suck it in one shot. Cliff Giddich. Tell you I didn't. He alive.
Tigeroos are part of a complete balanced breakfast for anyone aspiring to one day suffer from fatty liver disease.
Looking right at me.
The rapacious rover is always swift, searching for anything to satisfy the gluttony that is their defining trait.
We didn't try.
Port Clovis has grown bored of the hunt, leaving our shark to fight another day. Sometimes even sharks just need to dirty bulk. Not really a gourmand, the bull shark will eat just about anything. Pride in boat ownership manifests itself in a variety of ways here in Port Clovis. There's no such thing as a recession-proof business, except for the frozen banana stand. Whether boom or bust, the demand for reliable, quality frozen bananas remains a constant. While homeless and itinerant hobos will work for a living, they are not to be confused with bums who are sedentary and refuse to work. Kind of like my son Jeffrey. Supercharged with gene-altering mutagens, the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition. Anyone who has delved into the stomach contents of a shark is acutely aware that they'll eat just about anything. The predatory scavenger is often quite content to dine on whatever wastes fall to the ocean floor. Some sharks are scavengers, indiscriminately consuming anything that's vaguely edible. From the moment she's born, the shark's cold, expressionless eyes are constantly on the watch for food. As is well known, volleyballs make way better friends than soccer balls, who will stab you in the back the first chance they get. Hunger is a driving force for the bull shark. Over the course of a bull shark's life, it will ingest quite a broad assortment of flotsam and jetsam. Quite a strange conglomeration of stuff will end up in the stomachs of sharks. The bull retreats to the grotto for refuge and quiet reflection. America's largest shark finning enterprise, Mama Maybelle Bryant has collected quite a fleet of recreational boats. Her fail sons, Randall and Tyson, can often be spotted piloting them around Sapphire Bay. A tail can be a dangerous weapon. The profusion of parrotfish here have kept Sapphire Bay's local hammerhead healthy and strange-looking. This protein supplement has 0 additives, so the shark doesn't have to worry about hidden artificial colors or flavors. The primitive predator demonstrates how they've survived since the Devonian period. A bull shark is an animal of broad dietary proclivities. random mutations aren't random. They require large amounts of mutagens as a catalyst. Like most American cities, the founders of Port Clovis were Freemasons, and probably Illuminati, who congregated in secret UFO bases to perform Luciferian blood rituals. If only someone had done their 6th grade reading assignment, perhaps this tragedy could have been avoided. This instantized protein makes a great between-meal supplement, giving the shark the energy she needs to put on serious miles. Believe it or not, people paid over $12,000 to sleep in these tents and listen to Swedish DJs for an entire weekend. The bull shark is known to be a voracious, if hardly discriminating, eater. The bull shark demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet. Evolutionary anomaly, the hammerhead. The solitary hunter stumbles upon another source of nourishment. Hunting bull sharks was made illegal in 1997. Many shark hunters get around the rule by not killing.
I used to take God to the carnival when he wasn't nothing but an itty-bitty boy. The fact that he was afraid of that Ferris wheel should have told me he wasn't never gonna be no shark hunter.
A mere pause in the eternal struggle between man and nature. its clearly superior depth perception. A quiet space is the ideal stage for the shark to meditate and harness her pure potentiality. In its own kingdom, a shark can appear invincible.
That's the one what took my hand, all right. Get yourself ready, boy. Now we playing with power. Look at that big ring of teeth. Boy. I've been waiting for you, Shark. Need reinforcements. Don't drag ass now. That cage cost me $3,000. Don't fight what's inevitable. This girl's a crafty monster.
Scaly Pete remains put out, and now a dangerous army of lawless, trigger-happy sadists begin shooting anything that moves.
Rev those engines. Another shark
This is the only known habitat of the speckled seaside sparrow. But, you know, they went extinct in 2007.
us that sharks are very important animals in our marine ecosystem. When the sound of shotguns and molly hatchet disturbs the serenity of an otherwise calm sea, shark hunters are needed.
Let's make that money, boys!
Evidence of this killing can later be found in the shark's stomach with a hodgepodge of human anatomy. Who knows what primal instinct drives a shark to attack an object by putting sharks in their place. Hunters ensure they'll stay in their lane. So eat the corn-fed Colossus, Butcher Boy Brady.
Need some hunters on it. Shark situation.
The situation has escalated, and the price on the shark's head has risen.
Couldn't have gone far.
Yeah, a breeze would be nice.
I see ya. Oh. Never mind.
Could be looking right at me.
He's close.
Humans' attention spans are short. They've already forgotten about the shark and their many crimes, so thus ends the bounty. The shark returns once again to her safe haven. attacks on boats appear to be motivated more. This trawler, operated by Roger Cantrell, recently broke the state record for number of revocable commercial fishing offenses. Another unsuccessful shark for the people of Port Clovis. Size of the great white is unknown. Perhaps having gone too far with her pranks and hijinks, is now the subject of a county-wide shark hunt.
By Cabana Breeze. Is there something there for mojitos? We can deal with one freaking shark, right?
Under 29 days, Prosperity Sands ain't had no shark attacks. You can thank OP for that. Prosperity Sands sure ain't.
Damn day.
Bull shark is quite a mark of biological engineering. The shark's behavior is tailor-made for media sensationalism. Itself fostering a balanced ecosystem is a complex and multifaceted process. What harm could arise from killing a bunch of seals? Fun fact, shark fin soup was one of colorful North Korean dictator Kim Jong-il's favorite foods. This mineral supplement wouldn't be necessary if this shark ate a more nutritious, well-balanced diet. An insatiable fish, the bull shark is 9/10 appetite. Protein caches like this one are a convenient and tasty way for sharks to increase their protein intake. A flip of the tail leaves the shark's prey slow and confused. The bull shark is an unpredictable and uncompromising. Sharks' propensity to clear the ocean of its assorted detritus is one of their most valuable functions. Traveling around, we are constantly reminded of how man's intrusion has disrupted the fragile equilibrium of the marine world. Scavengers of the sea are vital in cleaning the ocean floors of edible and semi-edible detritus. In the kill or be killed world of the sea, performance-enhancing mutagens provide benefits that could mean the difference between life and death. fetch $25,000 on the black market. So if my brother-in-law Randy offers you 5, tell him to take a hike. The Emperor of the Deep, the Great White. Is often referred to as the king of the ocean, which gives it a skewed understanding of the role of a monarch in modern society. Shark hunters have arrived. Soon we will see them in action, and quite possibly discover which one of them stole my car stereo.
There's a court order says I can't be within 200 feet of the beach. But you can see a lot with a set of binoculars.
Anybody got some wrist on?
For more than 3/4 of geologic time, the land was uninhabited, without a single destination spot anywhere to be seen. Orcas do enjoy playing with toys, but not half as much as a day-old seal carcass.
All right, I took my bite out of the
Another shark hunt draws to a close. This shark understands that she needs to eat essential minerals to stay healthy and grow. Fort Clovis City Council never misses an opportunity for cross-franchising. This shark is a sort of super scavenger, completely lacking in what may be called dietary discrimination. Due to caviar key's increased coastal exposure, storms that had a minor impact 3 decades ago caused significant flooding today. Many consider the Gulf Stream to be the world's greatest current, but for my money, you can't beat that Kuroshio. To see this area is to witness the inability of the hydrosphere to support the growth of humanized landscapes along the Gulf. Anything can happen. After years of eating the same meal of frozen herring and fish fingers, Casanita just wants her favorite comfort food, raw shark liver. Concentrations of metals and hydrocarbons goaded by lusty appetites, the shark's sole aim is to eat and evolve. Port Clovis has long been a popular dumping ground for the military, thanks to its lenient regulations and low tipping fees. Bull sharks have a habit of gobbling up anything that finds its way into the water. The shark uses lipids from high-fat fare like this to help fuel her reign of terror. Bull sharks can locate prey from great distances using both smell and sound. Coastal risk analysis reveals that someday, someone here is going to get a sizable check from the National Flood Insurance Program. If a T-Rex is your favorite dinosaur, then you're boring and unoriginal and you need to pick a different favorite dinosaur. Shark is never one to mess up a fat fiesta. The sea wolf remains acutely aware of anything that might constitute food. Makos are easily identified by their conical snout and crescent-shaped caudal. Sea turtle numbers have exploded. Bad news for seagrass, great news for orcas who enjoy torturing and eating them. Shockingly, this was only Alex's second worst birthday. Mutagen 23 is certainly heating up the evolutionary arms race. The bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through selective feeding. In 18th century America, turtle frolics were popular gatherings where guests ate turtle stew and perpetuated the institution of slavery. Even for sharks, it's important to create personal time for sober self-reflection. appetite of this shark is nearly insatiable. The rapacious rover is always swimming, searching for anything to satisfy the gluttony that is their defining trait. Even after the creation of a killer clown task force, clown-related homicide still remains a problem in Port Clovis. The white and black attack, the Orca. Sometimes even sharks just need to dirty up. Once the featured attraction at marine mammal parks, now have a new favorite trick, killing things. The big fish is in quite a predicament.
Killer whales, they got their fish eaters. You could say I got a real keen eye for talent. Although, the wheelers really gotta work on those side areas.
Never mind. Can't avoid us forever. I need a new prescription.
While fears of ecological apocalypse are valid, you should see Execo Petroleum's previous not really a gourmand. The bull shark will eat just about anything. A great way to discourage museum attendance is to put your museum underwater. The peace of the grotto enables the shark to approach the world with greater confidence and effectiveness. Supercharged with gene-altering mutagens, the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition. Even the self-driving technology of Gazorpazorp is not without its reliability concerns. Bull sharks prefer to hunt in cloudy waters, where it's harder for prey to spot them. Anyone who has delved into the stomach contents of a shark is acutely aware that they'll eat just about anything. As the disparity between the ultra-wealthy and the poor grows, so too, with 24-karat gold fixtures, 2 discos, circular staircases, and a mosaic swimming pool, the Chatelaine is still only Port Clovis's second most ostentatious yacht. Consists of hammerhead sharks. Recreation of the Titanic was so accurate, 1,500 people died during its maiden voyage. The predatory scavenger is often quite content to dine on whatever wastes fall to the ocean floor. Sea sponges' demand for pineapple homes has sparked massive deforestation throughout Costa Rica. But being brainless, sponges rarely weigh the consequences of their buying decisions. Some sharks are scavengers, indiscriminately consuming anything that's vaguely edible. From the moment she's born, the shark's cold, expressionless eyes are constantly on the watch for food. Hunger is a driving force in the ocean. Over the course of a bull shark's life, it will ingest quite a broad assortment of flotsam and jetsam. Quite a strange conglomeration of stuff will end up in the stomachs of sharks.
fish kills because of these oil tankers spilling. Water brings a lot of money into the economy. Can't argue with that.
This bounty.
A shark simply does what it does, devoid of premeditation or malice.
Show yourself.
Probably right under me. Oh, it could be anywhere.
We're done all we can do.
With little fanfare, another bounty comes to a close. Bull shark knows to eat right away, as hammerhead meat spoils quickly. The shark returns once again to her safe haven. The cetacean assassin, the sperm whale. Back in the good old days, the world practically ran on sperm whale oil. Now we can only watch them from afar, dreaming of tapping their skulls for all that sweet spermaceti. The shark is now a mega shark, often referred to by scientists as the 64-ounce gas station soda of large marine predators. Pete has built an impressive battleship, but will it be enough to endure the prehistoric might of a mega shark?
there, girlie. As you can see, I came prepared today. I'ma fix you up real pretty. Can y'all out swim a torpedo? Right off the rose bush. She looks like a record show. Y'all gonna look so pretty mounted on my wall. Can we? Look at the size of her. Y'all gonna look so pretty mounted on my wall. Need reinforcements. Don't drag ass now. Get back on. Right off the roast. I'll turn your dorsal spine into a walking stick.
Even for sharks,